Yeah, 49ers, that game was rough. And I think that I have been saying this. This is a well-known thing for years. But in particular, I feel like I have said it a ton this season, that divisional games throw everything out the window, right? And
Sure.
we usually can apply this to like AFC North, et cetera, right? Like, let's say the Steelers are having like a Super Bowl run or that kind of season. They'll still lose to folks within the division, or the Steelers who maybe weren't so great last year, beating everyone except one team within the division. Like, you see these anomalies that happen, but holy crap, man. The divisional game, you cannot tell me that the Bears going toe-to-toe with the Packers, then the Vikings, then the Lions, then getting blown out by the 49ers, and then the 49ers don't score a touchdown on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then you go back to Sunday, and the Bills-Rams game, where the Rams go toe-to-toe with Josh Allen, who has 6 touchdowns, and they don't score a touchdown in this game.
Yeah.
That's why divisional football be crazy, my friend, because that game... Woof, that was, I thought we could see like a nice game, like a decently high scoring game. Nope. They decided we're not doing that tonight.
Yeah. Or like, 24-21 type football game.
Sure.
I mean, nobody played well except for maybe Puka Nacua?
Puka.
Dude, he's still great.
Puka pretty good.
Debo had a drop in that game. And then with the game on the line, Brock Purdy just threw one of the dumbest balls I've ever seen Brock throw.
He had a rough night last night.
He just airmailed this pass for an interception in the end zone. And if you go back and look at that play, he has 2 guys just sitting. It was 2nd and 11. He had 2 guys sitting 5-6 yards wide open downfield that if he just checks it down to one of those guys, they have a chance to get close.
Sure.
But that last pick killed him. Cooper Kupp had 0 catches, which a lot of people are aware of because it is the first week of fantasy football playoffs. And for somebody who actually had a good season in fantasy, you fucked me, Cooper. You fucked me. I'm not going to forgive him. Never. 0 points. And Jaden Reed, 0 points last week.
Yeah. I
Both
sucked
of
so
them
much
dead
this
to
year.
me.
I didn't even make
Anyway.
the postseason. I just suck.
Yeah.
So.
But I wanted to get your thoughts on Devondre Campbell. But I'm gonna play some clips of him quitting, Kittle, Kyle
Just some
Shanahan
responses about
answering
it.
like, hey guys, what happened there?
Yeah.
This is him walking off the field, helmet in hand, in the fourth quarter.
Not disbelief or disconnection like as a team. That is one person who just decided not to play for his teammates. And
I haven't lost anybody. That's somebody who doesn't want to play football. That's pretty simple. I mean, I think our team and myself, we know how we feel about that. So
it does make our offense look at each other and be like, wow, man, we're falling apart. It's more of we're like the defense, hey, we're falling apart. It's more of a one person making like Mooney said, a selfish decision. And I'm with Mooney on that. And I've never been around anybody that's ever done that. And I hope I'm never around anybody that does that again. I don't like distractions on the sideline. I think that's ignorant, and I think it's just dumb. It's just stupid, and it's very immature. And I just don't. I don't see how that's I just don't see how you can do something like that to to your team.
First of all, it's a dope ass Sauron's shirt. Second of all, let's get our priorities straight here. It's a dope shirt.
Kittle.
Yeah. But even Kittle destroys my team. He at least can wear a cool shirt. 1, but 2, there was another player who's like, oh, he's gonna get cut tomorrow, right? There's
Tarvarius Ward.
That was Ward probably, yeah. And like Ward's been through the ringer too, man. And here's the thing: I think there's responses online which have been one thing, but as a Packers fan who had Devondre Campbell, he was an All-Pro with us. Things kind of like fell apart quickly. I got a chance to meet him like super briefly at the NFL Honors because he was up for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award for the Packers this past offseason. And he was super duper nice guy. I think what happened was as things went along, like his play definitely regressed. The Packers gave him a good old contract because he was playing really, really well. Like I said, he was an All-Pro. And he kind of started like blaming Joe Barry, which listen, I get,
Sure.
I have had criticisms of Joe Barry in the past. And then he went to San Francisco and was like, it's so much fun to being able to play football again and loose and kind of like throwing some shots at the Packers. And I was like, okay. And then if you watch Devondre Campbell play through the 49ers, he has not been good. Like, he has not been a great player, especially like as they're losing linebackers and there's injuries there and stuff like that. He has not been great, just the on the play stuff. And so when something like this happens, my first thing was like, okay, like, is everything cool? Like, I want to make sure like everything's like good. But it seems like he just didn't want to play and then just left. And I feel like, well, now there's the consequences of that, or you're going to get cut. And most likely you're not going to be given another opportunity to play football, which I'm sure he knows, right? Because you don't really just walk off a team in the middle of the game unless you're retiring at halftime, for the Buffalo Bills. But it's it doesn't happen very often, but when it does, it's kind of like a, whoa, okay. So I'm assuming just Devondre Campbell decided I'm done playing football now. And now we're here.
There is a handful of crimes you could commit as a player that would be more forgivable for football teams to take another chance on you than walking out on your team. It's one of the greatest sins I think you can commit as like a professional athlete in a team sport. Like, and you can hear it in Kittle and a lot of the players' answers be like, you can't do that to your team. Like, if you don't want to play and you decide you're done with football, I think everybody in the locker room will support that decision, even if it's mid-season.
Sure.
Mid-game? No, like that is, especially because they needed him to come in and play. They're like, we're getting beat up at linebacker again. We need you. It's a little rainy out there. I'm tired.
Well, that's the thing. It's strange too, because like I said, he wasn't playing well, so it wasn't like he was out there all the time. Because he wasn't in the game.
No, he was mad because he got. I think I saw a thing. He'd been demoted, right? So he was no longer the starter, and he was already like upset about that, I guess. But
correct. Which again, just the level of play, regardless of it, just the level of play just wasn't there for Devondre Campbell. And now, I agree with you, because I think that for a team, I mean, look how Shanahan's talking about it. Look at how Ward's talking about it. Look how Kittle's talking about it. It's kind of like that betrayal. And then thinking about it just from a pure football perspective, it's like, I'm sure there was a guy on the practice squad that would love to have been elevated and given a nice game check and been given an opportunity to go out and play. So, that's I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of Devondre Campbell on a football field anymore. And again, hope all is well. And, I appreciate that season that he had with us. He was an all-pro, super dope. But this it seems like the end of his football career. Yeah.
It wasn't as fun as when Antonio Brown quit mid-game,
That was
I think if you're going to do it, you got to take your shirt off. You got to make a scene.
Spectacle.
And you got to really excite people for what you're doing.
I mean, do you want the real answer, though? I mean, the real answer is that I just made a call because, I had Devondre Campbell as a sleeper agent on the 49ers to ruin their season. And it worked now. Like you said, less than 1%.
Mission complete.
Yeah, mission is done. I just called him last night and I just gave him the code word and he was just like, got it. And then he just walked off the field. So